Hey guys, what is up? It's Nicholas here. If you haven't already met me, I'm so happy to announce that I have finally started my training as a core trainee in anesthesia, and I've also relocated from Northern Ireland to the lovely city of Glasgow for the next 3 years as I train to be a specialist doctor. So in this video, I wanted to share with you guys my trip across from Northern Ireland to Glasgow. Let's get right into it. Shoo! So to get to Glasgow from Belfast, we decided to take the ferry across the waters as this will allow us to bring our car across with us. The plan was to get the ferry at the Belfast port and to drop off at Ryan port in Scotland, and then to drive along the coast of Scotland all the way up to Glasgow. The ferry was due to leave at 7:30, so we had to wake up early about 5 in the morning to dress up, have a quick shower, and then to load up the stuff we couldn't ship over, like my computer, into the car. We wanted to be there early because Dave told us that checking in would close 45 minutes before departure, and we didn't really want to risk missing the ferry. It costed us a total of £192 to take the ferry, both of us and a car. It's not normally too expensive as a passenger without the car because I've had friends travel to Glasgow from a coach service and it only costed them less than £50 per person. So after we've checked in, we were ushered into the Stena Superfast 8, which is apparently the name of the ship, into its underground parking. This was actually so cool because it actually feels like going through one of the rides in Universal Studios, such that you are actually the one in control of the vehicle. Once we were out of the vehicle, we took a flight of stairs to the main deck to explore the ship. The ship was actually really huge. It even has a mini cinema for kids, an arcade, and also various sitting areas and lounges. We decided to go to the cafeteria instead to get some coffee and something to eat, as I was still slightly tired from my night duty from hospital the day before, and I needed some juice to drive up to Glasgow when we reached Scotland. It costed us a whopping $10.80 for breakfast fry, and an additional $1.50 for an additional fried egg, and $2.50 for the latte. It felt like daylight robbery to us, but you know, we were hungry anyway, so we shared the portion for breakfast. There wasn't much to see on the way up to Glasgow apart from like 10,000 potholes which I actually went into. Anyway, when we arrived in Glasgow, we checked into our hotel, which is about 5 minutes walk away from our apartment that we will be renting for the next 3 years. The plan was to stay nearby to meet the landlord on the day itself to get the keys for the apartment so that we will be able to get into the apartment the next day. After checking into the hotel, we took a stroll down the streets of Merchant City in Glasgow. Boy, the architecture of these buildings were amazing, as you can actually feel the history of these buildings well preserved. I mean, there's even a Cafe Nero which was built like a mini castle in the middle of the street. So one of the interesting things that I found that I still have no idea about are some of the statues in Glasgow having cones on their head. If any one of you knows the reason why, please let me know in the comment section below, because even in IKEA there is a unicorn with a cone on its head. Now this brings us to the highlight of the day. I mean everyone loves cats, and if you don't, you better love dogs, because when we found out there was a cat cafe in Glasgow, we just had to book it. The Purple Cat Cafe in Glasgow houses about 30 cats, and it was such an amazing experience. I mean, for £10 an hour you get a week's worth of cuteness and sanity replenished. These adorable cats come up to your table, laze around and let you cuddle them. My favorite was Rocket the ragdoll. I mean, look at him, he's just a ball of fluff and cuteness overload. We also loved Boo, which is a British short hair, because we are planning to actually get one soon, so stay tuned. We then headed on to a restaurant called Bibimbap before heading back to the hotel. They serve really good Korean food, and I would definitely highly recommend anyone visiting Glasgow to come. If anyone who asks me what Glasgow is like, my short answer today will be, it's like Belfast but on steroids. There is definitely more things to see and to explore, and if you guys have any other suggestions, feel free to leave a comment down below. It is definitely a little rough around the edges here in Glasgow, but as they say, it's the people that make Glasgow. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me with this video today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you soon.